All right, I just wanted to take a minute because I said I would and show you the updated data. So I went back through and I completely redid all the data with the new video with the proper timer. So here it is for the video one where it's going slow, video two where it's going fast, and video three where it starts at 50 centimeters. Okay, so let's take a look at here. This is the slow one. We see that it's that the slope of the graph is 7.3 or 7.5, and the y-intercept is -5. So this would just be as a result of it not being super accurate, or not like being really, really accurate is why we're seeing that -5, but it should be 0, and it's not too bad. Uh, so it's pretty close to 0. Remember that and remember that in our equation, the slope is the velocity, so that's 7.5 centimeters per second, and an initial starting point of -5. So of course we know the tumble buggy actually started at 0. This would just be a result of the data being off by a little bit. So that's the first one. Let's take a look at the fast one, compare that to the fast one. So, right, this one is going faster. You can tell because the slope is steeper, right? It went from 7.5 to 30.7, and so that's the velocity. That means the faster tumble buggy is going 30.7 centimeters per second. We can still see that we still have a fairly small y-intercept, which means that its initial starting point, the right where the car was at 0, is pretty close to 0. So that's good. Much better than what we had with the other data. Okay. If we take a look at the last graph, right, we can see that the slope is roughly the same, right? The old slope was 30.7. The new slope on this one is 33.6. So roughly the same speed, which makes sense because it's the same, right? Both of them are the fast tumble buggy. But if we note the new y-intercept is 48.4, really close to 50, right? You can see that line coming down and being at 50 because the car starts at 50. So just the takeaways for this is that your slope is your velocity. So we can see the slope increase when we go from the slow car to the fast car. We can see that the slope is the same when we go right between run 2 and run 3. And we can see that that this is our y-intercept, basically 0 on the first one, basically 0 on the last one, and almost 50 on the third run. So those were the takeaways that you were supposed to get from that lab. Um, just a friendly reminder that when you're writing your data down, or when you're writing your equation, it should read like x is equal to 33.6 t plus 48.4. Like that's what that should look like. You do not need to redo the data, but I wanted you to be able to see what it's supposed to look like. So hopefully that helps. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll talk to you later.